In this video, I'm going to be mashing up 5 different semi-AFK farms, which is going to allow me to farm non-stop for the next hour. I've parked 5 of my characters at various locations, and I will be switching between them to allow me to avoid downtime while mobs respawn. After you guys see this strat in action, it will be interesting to see if any of you can improve upon my results. Any of the 5 farms I'm running can be subbed out for something more profitable. What you're looking for is something that takes very little time to farm, that is highly profitable, that also has downtime related to respawn times. Dr. Weevil here, who drops the big red ray gun, has a respawn timer around 5 minutes. Instead of just going AFK, or sitting waiting for him to respawn, we'll be moving on to 4 other farms, before returning to kill him again. For this next farm, we'll be killing the mobs in and around this tree, as they're the only ones that drop Nolan's House Special, which is an ingredient required to obtain the temperamental Skyclaw mount. If you choose to include this one, I highly recommend using a druid for both their stealth and cleave abilities. You will be wasting some time logging out and back in, but you'll find that it's still more efficient than sitting around waiting for things to respawn. I do mix in 2 farms, with very short respawn timers to serve as fillers, as I found that I could run the other farms fast enough to end up having to wait for respawns. Ideally, you want no downtime at all, which will help maximize your profits. We just need to kill this last group of mobs, find a place to hide, and then move on to the next farm. By diversifying what you're farming, you'll increase your sell rate, as you won't be saturating the market with any one item, and you'll be selling things that appeal to a wider customer base. In this next farm, we're primarily after dark runes, which are required for quite a few different recipes. We'll also be receiving BOEs that can either be sold as transmog items or at a cheaper rate to appeal to the army of alt levelers out there. The mobs in this farm respawn every 2 minutes, so this is a nice filler farm. At times, depending upon timing, I found myself bouncing between this farm and another farm with similar respawn times, just to kill time while waiting on the other farms. This next farm is another one of my filler farms. I think respawn timers are only a minute for this one. It's 100% transmog, so replace this one with something like the blindweed farm in Feralis, if you'd rather not mess with transmogs. The Deadman items that drop from these NPCs are going for insane amounts of gold though, so they're likely worth having up on the AH, just in case a buyer comes along. Drop rates are pretty low though. While testing, I received anywhere between 1 and 5 of the targeted items in an hour. If you are interested in running these exact farms, I'll be covering locations and share my results in just a moment. In this last farm, I'll be farming these snow hides for another ingredient required to obtain that temperamental Skyclaw mount, which is flash frozen meat. The snow hide gnolls have the highest chance to drop the meat, but all the mobs have a decent chance of dropping it. Remember, you're not stuck running any one farm. Mix and match whichever farms you enjoy running. In this particular mashup I'm running, I'm able to collect just over 40k in loot, which ends up being a nice mix of materials, a sought-after toy, and some transmog pieces. If you enjoy content like this, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. In the near future, I'll be creating additional videos that utilize this same strategy, with gold farms that produce even better results, so you should also consider enabling notifications, so you don't miss any future videos. Once we've finished up these last few groups of mobs, we'll head back to Dr. Weevil, which is where we started. I'll skip ahead to the 4th try, where the toy we're after drops for me. Now let's skip even further ahead to where I finally get the Deadman Cleaver to drop. There are 4 different Deadman weapons, and like I mentioned earlier, the prices for them are all ridiculously high. That 70k price is accurate. However, the The average sell price is only 7.5k, so I end up putting the item up on the AH for that lower price. Let's now take a quick look at the location of all 5 farms I was running in this video. Up first, we've got the big red raygun toy, which is dropped by Dr. Weevil. He can be found on the 2nd floor of the only 2-story building on Alcaz Island. You'll find the island just off of the coast of Dustwallow Marsh in Kalimdor. The big red raygun toy, which can be used to turn your battle pets red and significantly increase their size, has a 4% drop chance. I only had 1 drop in the hour I was filming this video, and the going rate at that time was 25k. The Dark Rune farm I was running is located in the Eastern Plaguelands, at the Death Cultist base camp. Dark Runes were going for 93 gold apiece. I received 18 of them in the hour I was farming, for a total of 1,670 gold. The Deadman Transmog farm is over in the Eastern Kingdom, located in Deathnell, in Tristful Glades. The 4 Deadman weapons have a very low drop rate, and only drop from the 4 mobs located in this location. I received 1 Deadman Cleaver in the hour I was farming, which was going for 70k. I chose to list the item on the auction house for the average sales price, which was 7,500 gold. The last 2 farms are both located in the Azure Span in the Dragon Isles. I received 29 Nolan House specials, which were going for 118 gold apiece, for a total of 3,436 gold. I also received 23 Flash Frozen Meat that were selling for 141 gold apiece, for a total of 3,258 gold. Add in all the various BOEs I received, and I pulled in over 40k in mats and other items. I'm certain that there are even better farms with large groups of mobs or materials that can be farmed quickly, that take time to respawn, or NPCs that drop high-ticket items, that can all be mashed up for an even better return. 40k in an hour is not bad at all, but I know we can do better. If you decide to give this strat a try, I'd love to hear how you do. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them in the comments section. Good luck, my friends, and have an amazing day.